Hey guys. Alright, so now that I've talked about how much I generally expect in my budget for housing, I'm gonna dive into my next category that I budget is my sinking funds. Um, and I usually do this after I calculate how much my bills typically cost me per month, and we'll get to that in another section. So with my sinking funds, I'm a kind of a Murphy's Law type of girl. Like, it'll eventually happen, and so you have to plan for it. And so, for me, I had been planning to purchase my home years in advance, like years, and I hadn't actually made it or decided that I was going to use that money to buy a home with. I actually put in a general fund I was going to use towards family because I didn't know what, for me personally, my life was going to entail a couple of years down the road. If I was going to get married, if I was going to have kids, like the whole nine. So I put in a general family oriented like sinking fund. That was at least one of my categories. I am a big traveler. I love to travel, and so I knew like every month or two I needed to go somewhere. So that was another sinking fund. I know that my car needs either gas or maintenance, and that's just an inevitable fact of being a car owner. So that was a sinking fund. I always put money in my savings, even if it wasn't a lot, even if I wasn't making a lot. Some money went away to savings. So that was a sinking fund. And then I would also have a food sinking fund. It's not so much of a sinking fund as like an expectation, but I would have a food budget. So I had actually a special bank card that I only put food on, and I attached it to one of my investment accounts. So like it's like a roll up. So like as I would spend money on food, I would like roll up and then put that money into an investment. So like after I would round up to like $5, they would invest $5 into, and that's just a me thing. It was just like passive investing. That's how I kind of dipped my foot into investing outside of retirement. And so let me kind of explain what sinking funds are. So sinking funds are basically what they kind of sound like. You just kind of put money in a fund and it sinks in. You know it's coming, and it's just basically a savings account for things that you're expecting to come down the road. So you're putting aside money, pre-knowing yourself, and just putting aside the money so when things do happen, you have that money or that pot of money sitting here for that particular reason. And more than once have I drawn from these accounts. Like usually when I go on vacation, I use that sinking fund money to pay for whatever extra expenses on top of my usual monthly bills that I spent that month. So I'm going to use an example later to kind of explain how I broke it down. I happened to go to Hawaii for cheap actually. I actually ended up getting my flight tickets for $12 because I had some airline miles, but that's another story, travel hack. But when I was on the island, I had food expenses, and I came out of my food money, but also if I wanted to eat out something fancy, besides, like, when I say food money, I mean groceries. Food, outside takeout food, usually got put on my credit card, and then from that play money, or that travel money, or whatever I named it at the time, I would pay my credit card balance off with that money, because that's what it was used for me, to have fun, do stuff while I'm on the island. I think I went surfing and sailboating, and so like that cost money. And so I put that on the card, and then I used that play money, that money that I had set aside for me enjoying my life, and I put that towards my credit card balance, so it didn't affect my bottom line at the end of the month. And same things, like things come up with my car, I need an oil change, or I need to get new brakes or something. That money is already set aside. I feel like a lot of people are living to their final dollar stretch every month, and in actuality, a lot of these like emergencies are not preventable, but they're going to happen eventually. And so if you put money aside and you have money aside, it's not so much of a stressor. And I found my life was so much less stressful when I started putting money away in these sinking funds. So that is what a sinking fund is. Basically, you foreseeing the future and putting money away for that. Okay, so I will catch you guys later with the next tidbit. Catch you later. Bye.